Hey everyone, today I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about Lewis and Clark in Montana, a little bit of background, and 3 or 4 of the famous landmarks that they encountered while they were in the state. We all know that Montana is a very special place. However, its beauty is not the only thing that sets it apart. It's also rich in history. One of the most important pieces of history that Montana beholds is that it claims more of the Lewis and Clark Trail than any other state. This means that the ever-famous Corpse of Discovery covered more miles in Montana than anywhere else. Pretty cool. Montana is where they battled the fierce grizzly bears, where they encountered more of these animals along the trail in Montana than they did humans. In his journal, Meriwether Lewis discusses how Montana was the wildest place they came through on their entire journey. Although Lewis and Clark are known for crossing and recrossing the entire West, without Montana, that story probably wouldn't be nearly as suspenseful. Throughout their journey across the state, Corpse of Discovery visited very many popular places that you may know today. In this short video, you will see some of these amazing landmarks. We'll start with the confluence of the Marias and Missouri rivers. This is where one of the toughest decisions were made on the journey, to see which fork to take. The rest of the party were going against the ideas of Captain Lewis and Captain Clark, and they wanted to take the North Fork. However, Lewis and Clark both preferred together to take the Southern Fork, which turned out to be the right choice, and the Missouri River. The next they came to was the Great Falls of the Missouri River, which I'm sure we have all heard of. According to Lewis, this was the grandest sight I ever beheld, as he wrote in his journal. However, advancing through the falls proved to be extremely difficult and not nearly as fascinating. The next being Beaverhead Rock. Approaching what would be present-day Dillon, the Corpse of Discovery were informed that this amazing rock outcropping before them was known as Beaverhead Rock by the Shoshone, of whom Sacagawea belonged to. This is where Captain Lewis set out with 3 other men determined to find the Northwest Passage. Lemhi Pass. This is the location where the myth of the Northwest Passage was dealt its final blow. People would believe the Northwest Passage was an easy trail to the West Coast. However, that became quickly a myth. No longer a hopeful figment of his imagination, Captain Lewis was easily able to decide at this location between the Idaho and Montana border that there was no such thing as the Northwest Passage. One of Lewis's companions, Patrick Gass, described the area as the most terrible mountains he had ever beheld. This is where they turned around and found the rest of the crew. Now, you know a little history about some famous landmarks. If you're out, you can share that history with somebody you know if you're traveling around the state. And as always, don't forget your references. Thank you.